What's
up,
up, YouTube? You know what it is. You know what time it is. It's me, Dr. F.
And I'm Rapzilla with an axe. Rapzilla, the one in the thriller.
That's right. And we are Bananaz for Albumz. Are you Bananaz for Albumz? Okay. What do we got today?
So today on Bananaz for Albumz, we have a review of the Black Panther album.
Ooh.
And I think it's called the Black Panther album or something inspired or something. I don't know. We're just going to call it the Black Panther album.
I don't know. A lot of Kendrick Lamar, right?
Yeah.
Well, it's Top Dog Entertainment. Sorry.
It's Top Dog, curated by Top Dog and Kendrick Lamar, which in all honesty, this album has damn written all over it. I think I'll talk about it later, but it sounds like they asked him to sort of incorporate that damn feel to it.
So yeah, we're gonna take this track by track like we always do. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right, Black Panther, here we go.
Yeah. So for our first song on this album, we have Black Panther, which is by Kendrick Lamar. And like I was mentioning earlier in the intro, damn is all over this whole entire album, and especially on this song. Like, Kendrick has a damn flow, like, if that means anything, you know. It sounds like, because Kendrick changes his flow a lot, but it seems like this album has a lot of the same essences that his flows have, more particularly in Damn, you know.
What did you think of the beat with the piano? The
change up could have been it could have used a better sounding instrumental. Like the instrumental in the beginning is good, but then when it changes up, I don't know how to.
And then it changes up and it goes to this choo choo choo, and it's kind of weird. It's kind of off.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just hard for you to feel the groove or something.
Yeah, and it's it's not even the beat really. It's the instrumental that they use over that beat. What I liked about this one, it had the actual beginning. It has a very cinematic, almost There Will Be Blood style strings. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The producer of that music is actually one of
the guy from Radiohead.
Yeah.
Johnny Greenwood.
Yeah, Johnny Greenwood. So that was pretty interesting. I wonder if somehow he had anything to do with it, because it sounds so much like it.
Interesting.
I don't know.
Okay.
We could put a little fact if it is or isn't. You know?
I liked the intro though. I'll just say I liked this intro. I think it was weird but kind of cool. I mean, it wasn't anything spectacular, but it was a cool intro, and yeah, it's just an intro.
Yeah,
but it could, if you didn't feel it, I understand.
I just think Kendrick could have done a little bit better than just sounding like Damn.
He has some moments on this album or project where it just kind of seems like he's almost phoning it in. Okay. All right, next song is one of my favorites, All the Stars. This one has SZA. Okay, I'm gonna keep it 100. Heard some of her other songs, and
she had
I
that
like
one album,
them, but
Control.
it never really grabbed me. But this one, man, woo! That chorus, it just, woo, man, it's just a rush of adrenaline and woo, and her voice just sounds beautiful, and she's singing something all the stars are potions or something like that. I don't know what she's saying, but it sounds great. And there's all these nice strings, and it's dramatic. And the only thing is though, Kendrick, his verse is kind of it's kind of almost, it sounds off for some reason. It sounds like he doesn't fit. It's not terrible though. I can't really put my. It sounds, something about it sounds off.
I love SZA's chorus. I love the instrumental. It rocks. I like the sweeping violins. I I like how epic it sounds, and I think Kendrick fits in this, but his part is kind of underwhelming. And all I can say is SZA, I'm in love. You know, I'm in love.
It's a beautiful. It honestly, it made me tear up a little bit when one of the times I listened to it.
It sounds like such a like driving song too. You know, you're like, it's very like a driving beat. You know, it's like
and I feel like they make the production and like the music, the audio, the instruments, like they kind of like make them sound like get progressively louder, like to give that effect of like building to like a climax. I think I could when I was listening, I noticed that like the strings, they make them more like
like they're sweeping, like very like epic. Very, that's what I'm saying. Like this love is gonna like bring you sort of like things to my life kind of vibe, you know, where it's like they could use it for almost any like hopeful situation that isn't necessarily like love oriented. But a lot of the themes on this song are very like human themes, you know, like love and like power and money and ego and stuff. So I mean, I don't know, I think it's very cinematic.
Next track, you ready?
X. It's Schoolboy Q. Who else is in this?
2 Chainz and Saudi.
And I think
maybe Kendrick.
Kendrick is throughout this, like in sparses, so it's hard to know whether like he's actually in it, like as a feature, or just like as.
Does he do a hook on this one?
Yeah, actually, I think he does.
Yeah, he does the place up, the place up.
Yeah, see, he does the hook, but I don't. Does he have his own verse?
No.
Okay,
so Schoolboy Q, in my opinion, goes pretty hard. He has some cool lyrics here. Like one of them, he says something about jewelry on Windex, and I don't really know what it means, but it's cool. And he says the only Kendrick can humble me line, which is a nice
nod to that song.
2 Chainz, honestly, kind of not steals the show, but he
steals the show.
I don't know if I'd put it that way because I like
this song.
Schoolboy.
This song is almost forgettable if it wasn't for 2 Chainz. No, Schoolboy goes hard too, but 2 Chainz is my favorite part. 2 Chainz had the better flow in this song. He has really good like hooks in his verses. Like
Schoolboy,
like he has
great lyrics,
good lines, good punchlines, you know. But
2 Chainz, I kind of feel like 2 Chainz has been improving himself lately.
Hell yeah, dude! 2 Chainz came with like a sick flow, sick lines. Like I can't like take one like verbatim, but just the way he says it's like they're slick, you know.
When he starts rapping, there's a cool beat change, and I know you said you weren't digging the beat until the beat change. So,
well, I wasn't a fan of the monkey sounds in the beginning, and the Saudi rapper, he's forgettable.
Yeah, dude, that guy sucks. Or no, I'm not. I mean, that verse sucks. It's trash.
Schoolboy Q's flow was kind of dry.
I know there's that one part 2 Chainz, he kind of like he was going, and then the instrumental stopped, and he kept going, and he's like, yeah, I love when 2 Chainz says shit like that. All right, next song. Next song is his favorite, The Ways.
The Ways. Khalid, you got this fucking song stuck in my head. I don't know the lyrics. It's just like Power Girl. It's just like
sounds
stuck
like
in my head.
Power Girl.
Yeah, it's like Power Girl. It just sounds like a song about a guy who's like in love with this woman. She's so amazing.
This one is pretty much more poppy. There's not really any rapping in it.
He actually, Khalid does have like a sort of like rap lyric, like a rap part to it. But it's very like sung rap, you know?
Yeah. It's kind of R&B pop.
Yeah, it's more R&B, but it has like a rap feel to it.
Yeah, he's flowing.
Yeah.
What do you think of Sway Lee on this one?
I like Sway Lee. he adds like a good juxtaposition to like Khalid's like more like
Lower.
like because he's not like Khalid is like he's very
Khalid is
in the middle range in the song. Like
kind of a soulful.
Yeah, it's soul and it's like a little huskier.
Yeah.
And then Swaley like adds that
high
note, and it's even juxtaposed with Kendrick.
That like party rock sound.
Like Kendrick and Swaley almost harmonize in this song.
Good song.
It's almost like a duet.
Oh, the only problem I have with this song is like I feel like the instrumental was cool. The guitar though, it could have sounded better. They could have made it better.
And Khalid, you got pipes.
I could see
you got pipes.
Yeah, and I could see you dancing to this one. It's like
martini glass.
yeah. I was whenever I listen to this one, I imagine him dancing.
Number 5, the next song is Ops or OPPS or is it Op? Is there an S in this?
No, there's an S.
You sure?
I thought it was Oops when I first saw it.
Yeah, I think this one goes hard. The beat is the hardest on this whole entire album.
Okay, does
it's
the beat
rawest? It bumps the heaviest.
Does the beat remind you at all of like Big Fish Theory, like instrumentals?
Yeah, it's very Big Fish, but it's very like gloss. It's like a glossier Big Fish. It's crazy. It's like Kendrick and Big Fish. I don't know.
It's like weird. It's like electronic-y kind of
yeah. It's like a
almost video game.
It has a driving beat that's so fucking like it's worth. You could drive to it. It's so good, you know, like.
Yeah, and I mean let's talk about the verses. Like Vince Staples is pretty fire.
Dude, I love Vince's cadences. Like if any rapper out there has good cadences, it's Vince Staples.
There was a cool line he said, "Lemon Limelight," and I think he said that because like he's like endorsed by Sprite or whatever, you know.
Yeah.
Or Yugen Black Rock had a really fire verse. I think it's one of my favorites. But overall, that song was sick, man. That instrumental.
The song goes hard.
You did to me.
I think Vince.
You did to me.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I think that's all I could say about that one. It's a good song.
Yeah.
Is it
one of your tops?
I wouldn't say it's my tops because it gets buried with such like other really good songs, but it would be like the next song after my top 3, you know. Like
okay.
My top. It'd be my number 4 or something.
Oh, okay. So top 5.
Yeah.
Next one is one of your favorites too.
Yeah, I Am by Georgia Smith. The song. Okay, first of all, Kendrick's part on this song is my favorite of his like weird ad lib kind of like parts to a song, you know, and I just like the beginning, like the chop.
His little cameo.
Yeah, and I think the intro is just like sick, and I think Georgia Smith has a beautiful voice. I don't know why. Maybe it's just me. Like if it's her, someone's telling her to sound like SZA. But she sounds like SZA in some parts, like if she's trying to sound like SZA with her like
falsetto.
Not her falsetto even. You could feel pain in her voice, and that's what I love. Like when she doesn't try to sound like SZA, it sounds really good. But when she tries to sound like SZA, it almost sounds like a generic singer, you know. I really like the parts where she shines, and
yeah, I like the guitar part. I mean, it's very simple, but I don't know. I feel like, okay, here's how I feel about the one song we were talking about, the Khalid one. I like if the guitar part was like this one, how it's like mixed nice and it's very, it just sounds so nice.
It's almost kind of like a sad song. Like I love this person, but it hurts.
I have to let them go.
Either you gotta let them go, or you're like attached to this person so much that you're not free, but you love them so much that you want to still be there. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I think it's like a heartbreak kind of song. You know, when you like are with someone, you're like part of you kind of like becomes responsible for them as well, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And in that sense, you lose part of your own freedom. But
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Which is, it could be hard and it's a sacrifice and it's sad, but you're still like.
Or you're the other person and you're relying on that person. You're dependent.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because she says that line, dependent on me.
Yeah.
It's bittersweet. What I really liked in I Am was, I like the violins, like the very
Beautiful. At the end, the outro.
Like, they're very heartbreaking, and I like how it's juxtaposed with like both Georgia Smith's like singing and that chopped and screwed low voice singing.
Next song, Paramedic. This has SOB and RBE. I guess that's a hip hop collective. I'm pretty sure they're from like Northern California or something. A lot of these verses on this song are from those dudes. And this one has a pretty sick instrumental, and some of the verses go pretty hard. It's pretty fucking gangsta and just big boy, you know. What do you think of this one?
Well, I really like the beat in this song. Like, I think this is like the best beat on the album, actually. Like the beat itself. You know what I'm saying?
It's. I mean, I don't know if it's my favorite, but it's one of the best for sure. I agree.
It's maybe not like the best, but this is what I wrote. I don't know like this group very well, and I didn't really like have the time to memorize the rappers' names. I looked them up, but I don't remember the names.
Yeah, there's like 3 of them. And so, more than 3 actually.
So the first rapper goes hard, and like I like how like rough and raw they sound, very like aggro, kind of like almost like Big L. Like it smells a little bit of Big L, you know.
Mm.
And
pretty tough.
But the second one wasn't. He was a little bit blander.
I thought he was pretty good.
I thought he was just kind of bland though compared to the first guy. He was more. He had more.
I liked. Let me say I liked the third guy.
Yeah, the third guy went hard.
He had this one part where he was like, "Oh, they don't want to see me win because I'm black, so I pull up in an all black Benz in the back," and then it all like stops and then comes back in. And it's pretty sick. I like that.
Yeah, he goes hard. And then
the hook, I'm not super feeling it. It's just like, I know your bitch would, or something like that, right?
No, he says, I wish a nigga would.
I wish your bitch would. I wish your bitch would, right?
No, I think he says, I wish a nigga would. I wish a bitch. Maybe he switches it up.
Okay. Yeah, that hook is like, It's not. I don't have a huge problem with it. It's just kind of like simple and it's average. Whatever. Take it or leave it.
I feel it. I feel the same way about it. It was catchy, kind of. Like if you don't hear the words, you know.
It ends right. It goes right into the next song, which is one of my favorites, but he didn't really dig this one. But we'll talk about it. The next song, "Bloody Wars" or "Bloody What." The next song, "Bloody Waters."
Whack. It was whack, dude. That's all I gotta say. I mean, it's not all I gotta say, but that was my. I don't know. I think Anderson .Paak goes hard. That's the only thing about it. I like the singing in the beginning, actually. Like whoever was that. That goes hard. The beat is pretty good, but it. Ab-Soul was not as good as I've only heard Ab-Soul on his other projects, and I felt like he's had a lot better songs than this one.
Anderson .Paak, yeah, like you said, he goes hard, man. In the water. Like also Ab-Soul, I don't know why you didn't like it, because he says, well, I'll just say why I liked it. I liked the way his voice sounds, and he's saying some deep shit, and he had some cool double entendres, like warfare is warfare, And he said something cool like "Raging Against the Machinery."
Oh,
It was
yeah,
a cool
yeah,
little
yeah.
double entendre.
No, yeah.
And the instrumental, I think the instrumental, it's like a more mellow one, but it was kind of interesting sounding. It reminded me of Donkey Kong or some video game or some shit. like kind of like a jungle video game. That's why I think of Donkey Kong.
The beat was just too stripped down, you know? And like like the drums were interesting, and I thought the organ was too, but it was just like I felt like it was lacking something.
Okay.
And Absol kind of just like his flow was just bland. So the next song actually is one of my favorites on this album, which
This one's pretty good.
this one actually was
King's Dead.
Yeah, this one actually was released as a single before the album was released.
Oh.
So, I mean, I
Yeah,
feel like
so was the SZA one.
I feel like this one was already familiar to me, but I already loved it. Like when I first heard it, I was like, hell yeah,
Oh.
the song goes hard. Kendrick goes hard. J Rock goes hard. J Rock to me sounds like a rapid fire 2 Chainz kind of. I don't know. I like it, and like Future's part is like short and sweet.
So yeah, Kendrick has a pretty nice hook on this one. J Rock he's underrated, and yeah, Future, like it's kind of his part is pretty funny. I like it. It's cool in a funny way, and it's almost like unintentionally, or it's like intentionally funny, and like the pass me some syrup, me in the car.
I don't think it was unintentionally silly. I think he like purposely puts these lines to like.
No, I mean intentionally.
Oh,
I meant to say
yeah.
he was silly on purpose, kind of. I don't know.
No, yeah, like what I really liked about Future was like he had the most powerful one-liners in this whole entire album.
At first, I was kind of like, "What?"
Yeah, like he has a line where he's like, "You're not a gangbanger, you're a tool."
Yeah, that part's funny because he switches it up. Kendrick says like, "You ain't really wild, you a tourist," and then Future switches it up to you're not a gang member. But and then I didn't notice it the first time, and then I did. It's funny. Anyway.
Yeah, like, dude, like, but it's crazy. Like, just that one word difference made that such like a powerful line on its own, and you're like, whoa! Like, when I first heard it, I was like, whoa! Didn't Kendrick say something like that? Like, Kendrick was kind of like undersold, whereas Future's was like very powerful. I don't know. Like, I think.
It's a bold line.
I think Future was my favorite like rapper on this whole thing.
Well, you love Future.
Yeah, but just like this shows why. It's like it's short and sweet. He comes with like some kind of like crazy cadences, crazy like little like melodic flow. I don't know, like
Okay. Oh, the only thing is this is the one that kind of has that beat change at the end. And it's not a huge deal, but it just kind of sounds like
DNA.
I don't even know.
It sounds like DNA, and then like he does. There's another song where he straight up says like this, that, this, and that. Like,
I feel like is it Feel?
Maybe. I don't know. I think it actually might be in like the to Pimp a Butterfly kind of album, but I don't know. Like,
it has.
I like the callbacks.
Yeah.
I can't hate the callbacks, but I feel like it's a little bit too saturated in like the callbacks, you know?
Like, I've heard him do shit like that before, and I was just kind of like, okay, it's kind of just like.
I mean,
right.
he's trying to make a point though, and like, and his flow.
That's true.
His flow still goes hard, and he still has like he's still on top, you know? But it sounds too much like what he's done before. And it takes away from the uniqueness of this song as a whole.
It takes away from the uniqueness of Kendrick as a whole.
This song and Kendrick as a whole.
Yeah, man, so much Kendrick lately. All right, so next song is Redemption. But first there's this little interlude, which is a nice little change of pace kind of gets you in the mood. It's a nice segue.
Yeah, especially after this song. The song that came before it, which was King's Dead, is very like hyphy, very like thuggish, and then it kind of like goes into like a dreamy, like, all right, we're about to have another like more slow paced, like, like Caribbean kind of sound. It really changes it up.
Yeah, it's totally Caribbean or like Caribbean or
tropical kind of.
Yeah, it's this next song, Redemption. This is a almost dance pop track, kind of Euro pop. And Zakari, I really wasn't a fan of like Love, which features Zakari on him, or other stuff I've heard with him, like the other track that had him on it. But man, I really like his voice here, and it really suits this kind of dancey, like, oh, we're on this tropical beach at a party. This track is beautiful. It's very uplifting, but also it has a tinge of sadness, like you were saying. It has like a kind of minor melody. Man, this song is just beautiful though. I really like this one. Want me. Need me.
My stomach just keeps growling.
Beautiful melody, has a bit of a sad tinge. It has like a bittersweet vibe. It's beautiful. Oh, also it has like a little like kind of like call and response thing with the other person on this, Babes.
I thought this beat was actually very catchy, very like bouncy, very happy, but it almost had like a, it's like sad, like tinge to it, like melancholy. Like, yeah, we're partying it at night at the beach, but like this is like everyone's about to go home, but we just like celebrating this moment right now. Like I think the way
there's something about it.
Yeah, I think the way you described it was like the last day of summer or something like that.
Yeah.
Or
it's the last day of
the end of the world, end of the world party.
Something like that, right?
Crazy.
Zakari, dude, like he goes hard on this. It's a very unique song because it has like very pop elements, but it has like almost like a bluesy soul element to it too that I really like. I don't know. So the next song is Seasons, which the intro of it goes hard. I think it's like some reggae singer or whatever. I forget his name.
It's like SJAVA. I don't know how to say his name.
SJV.
Java.
Is this Java?
Java.
Yeah. So, like, he makes a good hook, but he's not a great singer. He's not a great like his verse sounds way too generic, way too like reggae generic.
I don't know. I didn't hate it. This is honestly.
I wasn't a big fan.
This might be my least favorite of the whole album, but
yeah, it's a low point for sure.
I kind of like the mix of reggae and hip hop.
I like his reggae hook. It really worked, but his verse was just. And I think he could have been a bit more intense with his like vocal delivery. I actually thought Mozzie was forgettable. The song is pretty forgettable actually. That's why I have to look through my notes so damn hard.
The song just,
I thought overall it was, but I like the guitar. The guitar was good. This one. And then the next song I really liked.
Oof, this is one of my favorites.
Yeah, Big Shots. Big Shots is so good.
I think it's just Big Shot.
Oh yeah. Sorry. Big Shots is actually a song by ID and Abilities.
Oh.
Freudian slip right there.
Okay.
Check it out, guys. It's a good one too.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah, this one goes hard. Kendrick, he has this like new Frieza vibe to it, but it goes hard still. What did I say? Big Frieza? New Freezer. You know that song?
Yeah.
Yeah. What did I say? Big Frieza? Like his flow. No. I like his flow in New Frieza, like how he changed it up and how he kind of like brings that flow onto this song, and also the flute on this goes hard.
Yeah, I was
It's
just
dank as
yeah. Keep going.
And Travis Scott, he goes hard. He brings that that Huncho Jack feel. That's what I like. It's like Huncho Jack feel with like Kendrick's newer like styled verses. Like I don't know. It actually created like a new sound sort of. I don't know. I really like this song actually.
All right, here's what I got to say about Big Shot. With the flute and everything, and also just the little flute part, but it had these kind of ambient sounds like, and then it finally the beat dropped and it was really cool. And Kendrick's verse is interesting the way he phrases his parts. He kind of goes like da, 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 and it kind of breaks and then it goes like na, na, na. I like that, and a great hook by him. Emotional. You know, that's a good line.
Why
Catchy.
you emotional?
Yeah.
Bitch,
Why are you
why you
emotional?
emotional?
Yeah. At Travis Scott, he had a cool line at the end where he said, "Forget your name like I'm Steve." And at first we were like, what is he talking about? But then we looked it up on Genius and it was talking about Steve Harvey, how he forgot the beauty pageant.
Yeah, that's
first.
a funny ass line.
And there was like Kendrick has this cool line where he's talking about like your peanut butter inside.
What, your peanut butter inside?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
That one is in my top 3 for sure. It's so catchy.
Yeah, I really like that.
I like Travis Scott in that one, man. He goes hard.
Yeah, definitely. Huncho Jack.
Next one is last song, Pray For Me, featuring The Weeknd.
And
Yeah, this one's okay. Isn't this like the worst song on it, you said?
nah, I don't think this is the worst song. I just thought The Weeknd was weak. like
well, that's
You know-
The Weeknd.
You know what I'm saying? He was kind of weak. You can pray for me. I wasn't really a fan of his verses, and
He's whiny.
I mean, that's kind of like the song. You know, it's kind of a song where it's like, you know, you're sad because
It's
no one goes.
ass.
Nah, I don't think it's pussy. I think it's just like, you know, I give a so much, but who's gonna give a about me?
Dude, this song is so whiny. But the instrumental goes hard. It goes pretty hard, and then the ending is pretty sick, where he comes in like.
And I actually liked Kendrick Lamar's like auto-tune bridge on this. It actually it went harder than The Weeknd. You know, like Kendrick kind of stole the show on this. Like
This is my second least favorite, though.
yeah, I mean, I would just say like if that part with Kendrick was on its own, I'd be like hell yeah. But yeah, you're right. The rest of the song kind of just The Weeknd is very underwhelming. He's very like lackluster. You know, all I gotta say is Weeknd, you need to step up your game. I love your chorus on this. That's it. And
Your Weeknd, I'm not a huge fan, so whatever.
yeah, I really liked the album as a whole. I think I would give it actually 4 bananas.
Yeah, I would say I would give it like 3.5 bananas. This was wonderful. Well, I don't know about wonderful. This was pretty great. The only things that I didn't like were some of Kendrick's parts, maybe some of the other features that were just kind of meh. This was enjoyable.
I think this is a really good like compilation album, kind of like, you know
It's
what I'm saying?
a really great compilation album and a really great soundtrack to what must be an awesome movie.
Yeah,
And we need to go see
it
it.
makes actually we want to see the movie. So
Yeah.
you know what, Kendrick Lamar, you did your job. 4 bananas out of 5.
Yeah, 3.5.
I don't
for
know.
me.
I don't know if we should give Kendrick Lamar all the credit because But
Yeah. No.
like I said, it sounds like the CEO of whatever companies, Marvel or whatever, was said like, could you make it sound like damn?
Can you damn it up a little bit?
You know what I'm saying? We're Bananas for Albumz.
Are you?
Bananas for Albumz?
Be sure to smash that like button, smash that sub button, share this video with your friends on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, everything. We are Bananaz for Albumz. We'll see you next time.
Yeah, remember to smash it with your dick. But except don't use your dick to share it with other people because they're gonna call rape.